is love and kindness the same thing? Most people would say yes. They would say kindness and love are exactly the same thing. Make kindness your religion, and that's what it's all supposed to be about. You know, be kind to everything, kind to everyone. And I agree with that mostly. I'm not saying that I am a disaster specialist, or I'm hoping that there is nothing but conflict everywhere so people can find the truth in it. But what I will say is that sometimes kindness is preventing people from finding love. Okay? It's preventing them from being themselves. It's preventing them from true expression. Because they're so worried about being kind that they're never who they are. I live in Canada. We have a problem here with this. You know, so kindness is nothing more than a behavioral set of rules. That's all kindness is. It doesn't necessarily mean love. Kindness is about maybe telling your friend what they want to hear so they smile. You know, and I love making people smile. It's great to have people happy. That's all great. But at what point does kindness become dangerous? Right? If you look in nature, you know, there are lots of times where animals are very kind to each other. You know, a mother tiger might be kind to her cubs. She's licking them, feeding them, taking care of them. But if one of those cubs gets out of line and puts their life in danger, then you'll see the mother turn to a different form of love. She'll be very harsh. They call it the Kali aspect in the East. You know, the Mother Nature is very unforgiving when it comes, you know, in a storm or earthquake or an eruption, right? Okay. So the mother tiger knows that she has to protect the cub and teach it, sometimes harshly, so that the little cub doesn't get killed, maybe by a crocodile or some other predator or another tiger, right? So I would say that is a higher form of kindness. That's love. That is really love. It's saying that the behavioral rules now go out the window because your well-being is more important. So you see, as you realize love on deeper and deeper levels, you will see a grander perspective, because the heart knows a much broader perspective than this little thing called society and the rules that go back and forth that don't make sense. The heart knows things that the mind can only dream of. So, on your quest for love as a spiritual aspirant, you know, you'll really see how sometimes people kill each other with kindness. That's how the saying goes, right? Kill you with kindness. You know, we see this with drug addiction all the time, where a family member wants to be kind and they're so stuck being kind that they accidentally enable their family member into death because they don't want to have the conflict. I've seen this firsthand in a number of circumstances. So now a lesson that could have been learned, possibly in a few months or a year, now becomes a lifelong lesson because somebody was too afraid to have the conflict, was too identified with being kind rather than loving. So really what I'm saying is conflict and love can be together at the same time as well. It's not just love and kindness and they're always the same. Love and conflict can also be existing at the same time. Sometimes that conflict is a greater form of love, not a lesser form. It is a greater and higher form that will protect and take care of a human being or a being of any kind for a much longer period of time than just a momentary, happy sort of interaction. Love and truth always exist at the same time. They occupy the same space. Kindness is just a behavioral pattern that will change from one society to the next. Depending on where you live will depend on what is kindness. You say something in one culture, it's an act of kindness. You say that same thing in another, it's an insult and it's a horrible thing to say. So kindness has to do with pleasing the ego. It is not about taking care of the soul or about a grander plan that is the will of the intelligence that is around us. It's a plan that is beyond our own identification or our own ideas or goals. It is a plan that is not of our making. It is a plan that is just here. It is the natural state of things. Okay, so on your spiritual journey, it's very helpful for you to discern the difference between these two things. So you don't become one of these spiritually identified, happy, smiley people that, oh, this is the way it is, and then you ignore the disaster that is your life before you. I have also seen this happen quite a bit. Okay? So love, enlightenment, awakening, it all has to do with alignment with the natural state of things. It has nothing to do with the rejection of this and the control of that and the changing of this. Okay? So I hope this helps you love yourself a little bit more, because chances are there are a few of you out there that have had conflicts and have judged yourselves incredibly because of it. But know this, sometimes conflict is a greater form of love. Thanks for watching. Take care for now.